Hi, I'm Shein Shanin and this is the evening highlights. Bank Negara Malaysia has revoked 3 permissions granted to 1MDB under the Exchange Control Act or the ECA for investments abroad worth $1.83 billion. The central bank says it has also issued a directive under the Financial Services Act to 1MDB to repatriate the money to Malaysia. And 1MDB is supposed to submit a plan to Bank Negara for this purpose. The central bank says its investigations show that 1MDB secured permissions for the investments based on inaccurate or without complete disclosure of information. Bank Negara was responding to the Attorney General Chamber's statement that it cleared 1MDB of committing any offence after reviewing Bank Negara's investigation papers. And it has returned investigation papers to Bank Negara on September 11. And its decision was communicated to Bank Negara on the same day. On October 1st, the central bank made a request to have the decision reviewed. But after considering the request, the AGC decided to maintain its decision as no new evidence was given. And still on 1MDB, the state investment firm says that it's expecting a reduction of up to nearly 16 billion ringgit from its debt levels once its business transactions with International Petroleum Investment Company or IPIC is completed. 1MDB says the transaction will see IPIC assume obligation for a $3.5 billion bond principal and interest currently held by it. In June this year, IPIC provided $1 billion to 1MDB to be used to settle certain liabilities. IPIC's assumption of these obligations will be satisfied through the exchange of assets provided by 1MDB, partly the company's US dollar-denominated cash deposits and partly its USD funds under management. 1MDB says the reduction of debt level demonstrates the success of its rationalization plan. The local bourse has surged above the 1,700 mark in line with the strong gains at regional markets. The ringgit meanwhile has strengthened to 4.13 to a dollar. At the close, the CI rose 14 points to 1,706, lifted by select blue chips including Negara Nasional and Petronas-linked stock. According to BIMB Securities Research, Asian equities took a breather following a recent solid performance. It says the key index saw another net foreign inflow of 120 million ringgit yesterday. The firm expects the buying momentum of the local bourse to persist. BMW Group Malaysia is not raising prices of the luxury car just yet. This is despite its huge profit margin compression arising from the weak ringgit. But the luxury car maker has not ruled out the possibility of price hikes if the ringgit weakens past the 5.0 level against the euro. A weaker ringgit translates into costlier vehicles and automotive component imports into Malaysia. Costlier imports are expected to curb automotive companies' profit due to higher input expenses. The company says it is currently absorbing the escalating costs but is not certain on when it will raise prices. Year to date, BMW Group Malaysia's sales contracted to 6,522 cars from 6,589 units a year earlier. Despite the contraction, BMW is bullish that sales this year could exceed last year's figure on the back of newly launched BMW X1 S-Drive 20i.
This new X vehicle that we're going to introduce this morning interprets characteristic appearance of an SAV in a manner which is versatile and dynamic in equal measure. Whether it's in a city setting, out on the highway, or even out on the small roads in the country, its powerfully defined design doesn't compromise on its flexibility to offer generous amounts of space in the interior and, of course, our superior driving dynamics.
The retail price on the road for the new S-Drive 20i is 279,800 ringgit. And that's a wrap for this edition of the Evening Highlights. I'm Shein Shanin. Thank you so much for watching and have a pleasant weekend.